Alright, y'all. If you ever want to rebuild your ATV carb, this is the video for you to watch because I'm about to lay it down for you. I've built probably, I don't know, 1,000 of these things. Here we go. Things you're going to need: flathead, Phillips head, something to run down in the carb and all your jets and holes. I got an ultrasonic cleaner. I'll put all my small parts in this and shut it and drop it in there and it'll clean. But I'll still give it a good blowout. This is your car, Honda 350 Rancher, OEM carb. You'll know a cheap car, a lot of cheap carbs, they won't have this on them. Let's see, that's OEM carb. There's the OEM branding. But we're gonna start off, we're gonna pop this off on this side, like so. It's still attached to your, alright. That's a Phillips head. My wrist is kind of messed up, so y'all bear with me. I'll pull that out. Be careful when you pull this out because you got two little O-rings in behind it. And I'll show you. When you pull it out, just give it a slight wiggle side to side as you're pulling out on it. It's got a little brass, okay. And both O-rings stay stuck in there. You got a brass piece right there with the O-ring on it. Then you got an O-ring that's stuck inside there. So what you want to do is lay this out to the side. I got a little bent over thing here. It's got a little crook on it. Pull out your O-ring. And I'm going to put this O-ring back on this thing the same way I just pulled it out of there. Bam. I know it goes right here. See? Now your little brass piece that stays stuck in there, which is right here. Give it a wiggle side to side as you're pulling. There it is. You're going to take it just how you pulled it out. We're going to clean this too, but this is so you don't get nothing mixed up. Go ahead and pop it right in there where it goes. Just like so. Lay that to the side. Got 4 bolts up here, or screws. I'm gonna kind of run through this quick. So if y'all got any questions, you can always comment and ask me later or send me a message. Alright, there's your spring. And this is always oriented. See this little high side right here? You see where it goes right there. Y'all look where somebody had this apart. If you don't know what you're doing, don't mess with it. Look. See that rubber there? It was supposed to go right. Be lined up right there. Fall right inside of there. They had it way over here to the side. Alright. You can go ahead and pull this out. It's got your needle on it. I'll inspect all that too, because I'm sure they probably messed with something in that. Alright, you got this far. Flip your carb upside down. We're going to remove the bowl. It's also 4 screws. Alright, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you can kind of lay your screws out separate. You know, those one in the top. The little bit longer ones go in your bowl. And then the one with the ring around it's kind of wider. Alright. Alright, you get your bowl loose. Get all those 4 bolts. Take the end of a screwdriver and just give it a tap. That'll break it right loose. Pull it apart. And see, you can get away with rebuilding a carb without having a kit. And but the main problem you're gonna run into to build it without a kit is gonna be this seal that goes around the bowl right here. As you can see, this one's cracked. I keep new ones, but I'm saying if you're at home and you're just wanting to, if you're got a 4-wheeler and you're just trying to get it back going, you can always take just a small bead of, clean everything up good, and take a small bead of gasket maker and go around it, put it together, let it dry good, and that'll get you by. But if you plan on rebuilding your carb, you definitely want to get this seal, because you can clean your jets, all the modding in things, but I mean, you're not gonna be able to repair the seal because it's flat, it's just wore out. Alright, so we'll set that to the side. Set that to the side. Now we need to remove the floats. See, in this carb, when fuel comes through your fuel line right here, and these floats are sitting down in the bowl, when fuel comes down in it, they start going up like a bobber, like a fishing bobber. Liquid goes in, they start rising. But they got a little valve right in there, needle valve. That's what, when it gets full, that's what lets it know it shuts the fuel off so it can't flow no more into it. So when you get a carb leaking out of the overflow on the bottom, that's because there's trash or this needle valve's not sealing up. So if you're leaking, pouring gas out of the overflow in the bottom of a carb, that's why. Take it apart, clean out in the bore of that really good, and after you clean it, you can hold it upside down, take your mouth and put on that and blow. If you're holding it upside down, you shouldn't be able to blow through it. If you can blow any air through it at all, then it's not going to seal. Alright. I keep a little broke drill bit to knock this little piece out. And it's not there. The side sticking out, if you got a little side sticking out just a little bit, then it's going to knock out that away. So you need to hit it on the opposite side of whatever side's sticking out. You'll want to put you something kind of right on it. And you don't want to hit this hard either, because you'll break one of those little ears off. Don't ask me how I know. Get you something there and give it a little tap. And a carb like this is probably going to be stuck, so... sucker ain't want to come out. This is what'll cause you to break your ear off. That's why I'm using something kind of lightweight that just gives it a good sudden tap. If you get one that's really stuck like that, all I can tell you is to work with it. Sometimes you can get them without breaking them, sometimes you can't. And I really don't want to break this one. Make it a little bit of lubricant. Alright. See how that end's a little bit serrated? It needs to come out that away. That's so when you knock it in, it hits that serrated and it kind of holds it stuck in there. Grab the end of it, wiggle it a little bit. Alright, get that out. Here's your float valve needle. Your float, set that to the side. Alright, now we're going to pull our jets out. That's your main jet. Alright. And y'all have new screwdrivers. This is just my old faithful one. It's got the perfect head on it to fit down in this smaller cavity. Man, these jets wouldn't even tight. Loosen that one up. Flip it over, tap it. Fall right out. Low speed idle jet. This is your air-fuel ratio mix screw. And this is kind of a booger to get out, but trust me, you want to take it out when cleaning the carb, because sometimes the carb won't act right if you don't. It's better just to disassemble it completely. You have a spring, a washer, and an O-ring in here. The spring will come out, the washer probably won't. And it didn't. It'll be stuck down in there with the O-ring. That's when you have you a little something like this and have the tip bent over. That way you can stick it down here and get in that washer. Push it through. Do a lot of editing in this video. If you can't get it out, just put it in your ultrasonic cleaner. When it heats it up and cleans it, you'll be able to pull it out. Look at that hunk of dirt in there. Get out of here. I got everything out of the ultrasonic cleaner. And don't expect the ultra cleaner to do everything. You're gonna have to take you some little brushes, and I got this kit that comes with this little bitty needle. You're gonna have to clean different orifices and stuff in the carb. You can get these brushes offline for a little bit of nothing. But this is a trick that you're gonna want to do. Take you a piece of Scotch-Brite. Red or the green works well. Like this. Cut you a piece off of it, about that size. Take and work it into that hole right there. Seat valve goes. And after you get it started in there, take your little flathead, and don't smash your flathead into the bottom, but get your flathead kind of twisted up in that and spin it. And it'll clean that seat out really good, so you get a good seat. But I got everything ready to go. Got the new plunger out of that kit. Got the fuel air mixture screw. As you can see on there, you got a little bitty washer, and then your O-ring goes on top. Spring, small washer, O-ring. Got all of our jets clean. Got our new bowl gasket. Got all that clean. Also, when you're installing stuff with O-rings, well, O-ring lubricant keeps them O-rings lubed up. Maybe extra, but I am extra. I go the extra mile. Decided to just show y'all so y'all know what I'm talking about. Take your piece of Scotch-Brite, get it started down in there, in that little brass. Spin it and push down. Spin it, push down. As you spin it, twist it up, makes it a little bit smaller. You want it to fit good and tight though. Work it down in there. Keep spinning. Work it down in there. I know this seems aggravating, but trust me, you want to do it. After you get it down in there and you kind of feel it bottom out, start spinning your screwdriver. Smash it in the top of it. You don't want your screwdriver to be smashing into the bottom of that brass where it seats. The screwdriver's way up on top of the Scotch-Brite, and it's just polishing that out in there when you're spinning it. This way, when you get it all together, you ain't leaking gas out of the overflow because your needle valve ain't seating. Alright. You'll want to blow this out with air too after you do it. Look how polished up that is in there. See how shiny it is where it's going to be seating at? That's what you want. Alright, y'all. We're finna get the building this car, putting everything back together. Everything's clean. I also found the plug to the heater. So we're going to wire that back in. You can't beat OEM. But without further ado, let's start getting this thing back together. I'm going to start out with this carb bowl, or primer bowl. Put your spring. Put that in the spring loaded, so you're going to trying to hold this and line that baby up. This is the aftermarket primer, and I don't know if it's gonna work. Yeah, I think we're gonna be alright. Alright. Sorry y'all, the video ain't perfect. If you got any questions, you can just comment and ask me, and I'll tell you or help you if I can. Video and doing this is challenging, but it's fun also because I know I'm helping some folks that may need the help. A lot of people's like, man, ain't no way I could do that. Well, you didn't know how to ride a bicycle either, but you figured it out. You didn't know how to drive a car, but you figured it out. You can do anything you set your mind to and want to do. See, I'm holding that down with my thumb as I tighten these. After you get them snug, you can let it go. You want to snug it up, give them a good snug. You ain't got to, this is aluminum, so you ain't got to tighten them crazy tight. Thank you, Colt.
You know what we're making tonight, Dad?
What's that, buddy?
We're making a pizza with hot sauce, cheese, jalapenos, and pepperoni.
Good deal.
Nice.
All right. 10-4. Thank you, buddy. All right, now we're going to get our jets put back in here. I like to drop them all in the holes. You don't want to just tighten these up crazy. Just give them a good snug, because you over tighten them, they're brash. You won't ever get them back out. Just give them a good snug. Then you got a little baby one over here. I forgot to pull this one out earlier on video, so I'm gonna show y'all now. Kind of goes over here on the side. The best in here either. I need a bright light. It's starting to get dark. Snug that one down. Alright, snug, snug, snug. I kind of like to go over everything to make sure, because I have put one of these all back together and forgot to tighten one up. So, double checking. And also this little rubber boot, unless you got a new one, don't pull it out, because you pull it out, it ain't going to seat good when you put it back. Alright, now we're going to put the float. Take your needle valve, slide it in there, set it down in, grab your pin, take some, knock your pin through. Let's try coming in from the other side with this pin. Sometimes it don't want to go in but one way. Alright, let's try this again. I'm going from this side. Alright. Kind of hold it with your fingers and keep everything lined up. Make sure that pin has got to go through the float. Alright, we got one side going through. Get your other side lined up. Alright. Alright, this is what I was telling you. Now that you got that in, take your mouth and put over this and blow. As long as no air comes out or you don't feel your jaws like puffed out, when you put pressure against it, you don't feel nothing going through, then it's sealing. Alright, we got that. Alright, now we're going to go on with this side. You got the O-rings. Clean this up. Get a little bit of O-ring lube on there. Flip it around. Get your holes lined up. Give it a wiggle. Kind of wiggle it back and forth as you push in. Make sure the O-rings get in and get a good seat. Line your hole up. Put your Phillips head screw. It's got the beveled side on it. Wider, so you know that's the screw that goes in it. And this goes through plastic, so you don't want to tighten it because it'll bust. Just snug it up. Take your other end. Wiggle it and push. Pop it down on there. There you go. Alright. We got our bowl. New gasket. This carb's really clean. That's just where this bowl is a little bit pitted. Alright. Take this little piece right here, and it'll kind of only sit down on there one way. Just spin it till it falls. And it feels like it's the way it needs to go. This can be it. Alright. And also, I didn't do it. See, it's easy to make a mistake. See how kind of rough that is around there? I'll take this little piece of Scotch-Brite, hold it sideways so nothing falls down in my carb. Kind of give it a good cleaning. Just make sure there ain't no debris to keep it from sealing up. You don't want to get everything together and then you got a little bit of gas coming out. Just like that. Blow it off a little air. Alright. See that piece right there? This one's got them cutouts in it. That's your overflow. If that fuel level gets up too high in there, when you got gas draining out the bottom of the bowl of the carb, that's where it's coming from. That's because the level is getting too high. Alright. Hold everything. Wiggle it side to side. Put your bolts in. Screws. I like to go ahead and put all of them in. Then I'll start one. You don't want to tighten one all the way down. You just want to bottom it out and then jump to the one straight across from it. That way your gasket gets a good seal. Jump to the other side. Snug that one down. I'll jump back over on this side, get that just a little bit more snugger. Come to this corner. I could have did this with that little impact gun, but not everybody's got an impact. I always tighten them by hand though. That way I know they're not too tight. Alright. Now I'll just go from corner to corner, tightening them down. Good and snug. Good and snug. You ain't got to tighten these crazy because then they'll be hell to get off. Alright. Got everything done so far. We'll go ahead and throw our air mixture screw in there. You want to hold it upright when you put this in. You can kind of slip your O-ring down on there. Just like so. Kind of hold it up at an angle. Get your little small flathead. And I think per manual, like the base setting on this is like a 2 turns out or a turn and a half. So I usually will go a turn and a half. So I'll pick an end on the screwdriver and I'll go 1 half. That's just a base setting. Then I'll adjust it when it's on the 4-wheeler and the 4-wheeler's running. Alright. This 4-wheeler did not have a plunger for the choke. Luckily I had one off I keep a lot of old parts. Luckily I had one. We got all this together, ready to go on. Alright. We're going to drop in our needle. you'll want to make sure, say, it drops down in your jet down in there. Take and wipe that off. And remember, it's got a mark on this rubber boot where it goes up top here. You even got a mark right there that shows you, goes right in there. Alright, put your spring in. Catch it at an angle, get your spring locked in that. Kind of hold that in place. Set it down on there and go side to side, kind of wiggle it, and you'll feel it when it seats down in there just where it needs to be. Alright, 4 shorter screws. These videos are longer, guys, but to show y'all how to do something right and kind of be detailed, I kind of can't help it, so I hope y'all still enjoy watching them. I find that a lot of videos, and I watch on the internet, if I'm doing something, certain things I need to see, I can't really see on the video. Which I'm not saying my videos are no better, but try to give detail. Well, certain things that'll help you. Same thing with this. Don't tighten them all the way. Jump from corner to corner. Just let it, when it gets down, go to the next corner. This can be intimidating, but it ain't that bad if you pay attention. Snug them down, corner to corner. There you go, you just built your car. Y'all just built y'all's car, ready to put it on your four-wheeler and ride. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and wire this in. Show y'all a cool way of wiring stuff up. Get these little heat shrink. Come in here. And this ain't hard either. I mean, you got a brown wire with a black line and a tan looking wire, but go ahead and take your heat shrink. Go ahead and slide it over your wire. Take your wire. I like to open each of mine up a little bit to get a good twist on it. Kind of braid them together. Twist the center and then the outside. Twist them. Nice and snug. Then I take it and bend it straight over. Then take your piece of wire, your piece of heat shrink that you slid up on your wire. Bring it down, spin it, slide it over. And I got a little torch, but I'm gonna raise it up because I don't want no fuel to be on this table. And take your torch or heat gun, whatever you got. Check that out. You got a good wire connection. That ain't going nowhere. If you wanted, you could put you some tape over it too. Thought that'd be cool to show y'all that though. Take your other piece. Slide it over the wire. Bring your wire up. Fold it over. Bring up your heat shrink. Center it up. Good as new. Alright. We're ready to go hook up the choke cable and get it installed on the four-wheeler now.